Hey everyone, and welcome to Light Sirens Action. So I've been receiving a lot of positive feedback from my 2 radio report samples that I did, and if you haven't already watched them, I'll link them right here, but one was just a basic radio report over nausea and vomiting, and another one was over a STEMI. So today I thought I would do another example of a radio report, but specifically for narcotic overdose, and just kind of what information is pertinent to relay to the hospital in these cases. All right, let's jump right in. Ambulance 1 to Hospital 1 for patient report. Go ahead, Ambulance 1. Ambulance 1 is currently en route to your facility, non-emergent at this time, with a 24-year-old female. Chief complaint today is going to be a suspected narcotic overdose. The patient was discovered by bystanders, unconscious, unresponsive, outdoors with drug paraphernalia nearby. Law enforcement administered 2 milligrams of Narcan prior to our arrival. Patient is resting supine at this time and is only slightly reactive to painful stimuli. Current vitals are as follows. We have a heart rate of 58. She is satting at 89% on 8 liters per minute of oxygen via a non-rebreather. Her respirations are now 12 breaths per minute. Blood pressure 98/67. She has a blood glucose level of 102. Sinus bradycardia is noted on the 12 lead. An NPA has been placed and the patient is noted to have a gag reflex. We have established an 18 gauge IV to the left AC and have administered 2 additional milligrams of Narcan. We do have normal saline running wide open and have administered 400 milliliters so far. Patient's only medical history is known narcotic abuse. If there are no further orders or questions, we should be arriving to your facility in approximately 5 minutes. No further orders. Be advised, upon arrival, report to Room 7, Hospital 1 clear. Copy that, Room 7, Ambulance 1 clear. Okay, so let's go over that just a little bit more. I gave a little bit more background information on this radio report than I normally would, but I found it very important for the hospital to kind of get a picture of what we were seeing. I mean, how often do we run on unconscious, unresponsive patients that aren't overdoses? It happens, right? So I wanted them to know law enforcement found them. They suspected the drug paraphernalia to be heroin or something of a narcotic, so they administered Narcan. I also found it important to include the respiratory rate. I don't always include that on my radio reports, but with this, specifically in my state where I live, we give Narcan based on respiratory depression. If your respiratory rate isn't somewhat normal and you're not satting well, then we administer more Narcan. But as of right now, she is stable with the oxygen, saline, and Narcan that we're giving her. She does kind of have a low heart rate, but all of that is to be expected with a narcotic. I also did put in there that the patient did have an active gag reflex, and that's mainly because I'm about to deliver this patient to the hospital and they're probably going to be like, why did you only do an NPA for airway management? And I can just explain they had an active gag reflex, so I inserted an NPA. But other than that, everything else is pretty standard, and as always, guys, remember that you're going to get your own style when you do these radio reports. It's just important. Think about the hospital and what they need to know and what they can prepare for. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.